No. So when I listened to him speak, I said, man, you got to come out that kitchen. Assalamu alaikum.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. Dear brothers and sisters, I greet you with the greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum. And Ramadan Mubarak. We thank Allah. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. We say Bismillah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. We seek refuge with Allah from the rejected enemy. We ask Allah's guidance and His forgiveness. I must first of all say I'm nervous. He asked me if I would say something. And like he said, I was working in the kitchen. And I've always worked and tried to support good leadership. I didn't aspire to lead. I don't have a big masjid and a lot of followers. I never was seeking anything like that, but just seeking to serve. And I've been traveling with Brother Norman throughout the state, and sometime out of the state too, visiting all the masjids, and I've made a lot of friends with people there. For the two brothers that were before me, I appreciate you. You're a gift. I started counting the blessings of Allah beginning in Ramadan. It's kind of hard because the first day was a beautiful blessing. And it's just been blessings ever since that. And I say, I'm not worthy of this. And coming here is a blessing. The brother asked me to come. He said, Salim, come at this time. I said, no, we're going to get there early because they might need our help. And that's the way we should come. You might need to help set up or do something else, so we should get here. And I told him that we might have to help, so I want to be here. This is important, this work. Warif, I'm really proud of your effort. I'm proud of the effort that you've done with your father, his message. You couldn't find a more dignified presentation that you've done. Man, it's wonderful. Nobody could do a better job than what you've done with it. You kept the dignity and you continue to improve, and you're following the Quran. How do I know you're following the Quran? I'm going to tell you how I know. Allah says in the Quran, I have given you the heavens and the earth for its utility to yield to you, the skies and the earth. I've given it to you. The Imam word, the Muhammad said, Allah gave us the sky. He gave us the airwaves, but we've given it or advocated it to the guilty ones. They use it. The air, they call it the airwaves. Now you can do without water for a while, and you can do without food, but how long can you do without air? I'm gonna ask you, how long? Airwaves, they influence our people with the airwaves. This right here is an invitation by Allah to reestablish your presence in the airway. You understand? We kind of slow getting there, you know, knowing how, just like the brother taught Arabic, he should set up a website so we'd be able to make that connection so he could teach the world. And we can promote you. Go here this time, push that button, and you have each section on there. They do that with schools now. You do it online, don't you? Yeah, a lot of kids ain't sitting in no classroom. Yes, sir.
I think the first, my wife told me a couple of days ago, that's why I wish she was sitting in here next to me so I can refer to her. But I think we had 11,000 people, so the world is seeing us.
Yes.
I don't know, I think because Ramadan started, but 11,000, that's just humongous. That's huge.
Right.
And for the type of dawah that we do and the type of organization that we are, the work that we do is extremely successful. If you compare what the average person that's in our same category does, not like a big personality or celebrity like a lot of these that they want to compare us to. We're not them. But if you compare us to those that are in the category that we in, we should be thanking Allah. I mean, we can't thank Allah enough for His mercy and blessing. That's why I say it's no way possible that I could be doing this. This is Allah's work. I'm just a witness,
right?
And I'm blessed to be here.
Right.
And that's it. And I'm a witness to that. Being a fact, that's true.
It's yes, sir.
I just made a commitment today where Brother Akbar was giving the presentation, and we're going to start with Tom. I'm going to I thought, you know, blogging and tweeting and all that may be a little, but I'm going to start a blog, because this would be something I can do. I don't have the finesse with the Arabic as far as putting it on, you know, I can write it myself, but I don't know the keyboard and all that for typing it, but I can take words like the one I mentioned today, and hopefully it will serve as an inspiration. Take the word, you know, and show how it's translated in several different translations. I have access to several translations, and then show them what that root meaning would bring them to. Like when I mentioned about making the earth as opposed to fatara, which is creating it from nothing. So inshallah, I plan to do that. And I can do that each day as I read. I can, you know, select a word or two that hopefully will serve as a motivation to inspire the people to want to go and see what is in this Arabic. Right. Because it's there.
And you can do it.
It's limitless. It's limitless. I'm just touching it. It's limitless.
Well, the way you cover it appeals to us. Because you're talking our language, like the Imam talked our language.
If we could possibly link when you start that, because I'm not sure if it's made public. We set up a page on the Mosque site a couple of years ago, but we just made it public, maybe 2 days ago, and it's called Islam 101.
I think it's Introduction to Islam.
I'd like you to look at that. It's called Introduction to Islam, and if you could help us with that, that'd be great.
Yeah, this is the future. This is the future. And this vision, you got to have vision, because where you are now is not where you're going to be tomorrow. And Allah's with us. There's nothing, dear brothers and sisters, more important than this work. Nothing. You can go and say, oh, President Obama, he's trying to ink a deal with Iran to stop the nuclears. Syria has a problem in this war and this and that. And ISIS is the problem in this and that. Brothers and sisters, this thing is about you. This community. About the purity of the Quran. Imam Mohammed brought it in our language.
That's right.
And all this stuff is about noise. There's nothing more important than this work that you're here today for and you're involved in. It's the most important thing. What is it about, Salim? It's about saving the human vessel. That's what it's about. Nobody is more involved in that effort or have more in terms of contributing to advancement or robbing the guilty ones of the human vessel than you. And they know that. They know that. Martin Luther King had a relationship with Honorable Elijah Muhammad. If you listen to a speech that they just found, 1964, a week before he went to get his Nobel Peace Prize, if you heard that speech, you said, well, he's been sitting with somebody. He's talking about the 3 sons of Noah being a curse, and how South Africa and this country used the Bible to justify slavery and to make us feel inferior.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
He was dangerous. Not?
Oh, yeah.
Why? Because he's going to rob them of the human vessel. Imam Mohammed many years ago gave us something. I was just talking to the Imam's wife about it. I was talking to her and I said, wait a minute. I said, you know, the Imam told us to meet on 10 things that we should do. Every month we should meet. And I said one of them was subliminal seduction. Y'all know what that is? Yeah. Yeah. He told her, he emphasized that. I showed her that book now costs $326. It was $1.95 on Amazon.com. I ordered it for $20-some and they sent me another book and didn't send me that book. So it could be that you get the one for $28 or $27 or $38. You may not get the book because they don't want the people to know about this and how they manipulate.
I'm moving my copy. It was $300.
Yeah, I just saw it on Amazon.com. Sometime $400 for that little paperback book that he gave us. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Imam Mohammed, Imam Mohammed, he told us, he said, I had to say something. I had to announce it publicly because I couldn't count on telling you and then you tell people. You know that? Your father said that. He said, I had to announce to the world because you weren't going to take it like I gave it. Now I'm here to announce to you that there are people outside that picked it up, that digested it. I was at a meeting with some Christians, and they were covering the subject of subliminal seduction, and they were calling the United States Pharaoh. Pharaoh, they called it Pharaoh, and they said that we are working against Pharaoh to establish God's commonwealth. And they were admitting in here that they use subliminal seduction to seduce the people, to control them. And I'm just going to read what they can't conversation with its implicit biased skepticism. I'm just going to read a portion of it. And it says here, so you're saying that all of this occurs in my head without my knowledge. I am pretty self-aware person. I even meditate, engage in reflection, exercising regularly. I seriously doubt there's much going on in my mind that I don't already know. Then the research indicates that even the most self-aware people only have insight into a mere fraction of their brain because so much of their cognition is unconscious. Wow. Some studies suggest that the brain is capable of processing approximately 11 million bits of information every second. Wow. Listen, dear brothers and sisters, they wouldn't have a computer if they weren't looking at Allah's creation. But our conscious mind can handle only 40 to 50 of these bits. Let me read that again. 11 million bits of information every second is processed in your mind. That's subconsciously. But only 40 to 50 of those bits are processed through your subconscious. Other research estimates that our conscious may only be capable of handling a mere 16-bit each second. That leaves the bulk of the mental process to the unconscious. You may be familiar with the iceberg analog, used often in psychology when discussing fraud. The visible part of the iceberg that exists above the surface of the water is a mere fraction of the structure overall size. When you account for the bulk of that, it is located underwater in this analog. So your subconscious picks up things without your conscious knowing it, and it stores it in the library. Now when you read this book, Subliminal Seduction, you'll find out that they have tremendous research. This book was printed in the 70s.
I read both of them.
Yeah. Right.
There's a second copy too.
Right, he's got it.
Yeah, the series. How many of them is it?
I don't know, I think he did. Maybe 3 of them.
Okay, I know I got 2 of them.
Right.
Both of them.
Man, you should have them in your library. I got lost. You know, because I was giving it to my children. Your children should know this. They should know how they operate, and they should know that in these games that they're playing, they said back then that the FBI, the CIA, the advertisement companies have invested billions of dollars in studying how they can influence your subconscious without you knowing. And they, since 70, they have perfected it. The games you think you're playing, your children sit day in and day out, they're planting subconscious messages in their mind without them knowing. And one of the things that they're doing is making them more addictive.
Right.
That's what it's about.
It's addictive, right?
They have all this research and they're not sharing it with you. Any information about me, I should have. That's right. Imam Mohammed alerted y'all long ago to meet with the communities and to inform the people of how they operate and how they're being manipulated. And now the Christians have picked it up. They showed us a video where there's, I think there's 6 people, 6 in black and 6 in white. So when you see the video, they say, hey, count the number of times that the people in black pass the ball to each other.
Right.
So you count it, you know, you look and say, oh, it's 12, not 13. Then you now say, yeah, you're right, it was 13. But did anybody see the bear, the person in the bear walking backwards?
He walks out.
And everybody said, what bear? What are you talking about? What no bear? And they played the video back, and sure enough, there was a bear skating backwards. Your subconscious picked it up, and it has the ability that if you say something to it in the wrong way, it can transform it into the right way and store it in the subconscious. Why you raising your hand, brother?
Because when I was in class, my psychology class, they showed that.
Yeah.
But when he introduced it, how he gets you to not see the bear, he said, now make sure you keep your eye on the ball.
Right.
Wait a minute. And I'm sitting there, I'm gonna count this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I counted all of them. I counted and hit the number in my mind. He asked about it. He said, that's not important. He said, but who's seen the bear?
Right.
And you 100%. They set you up.
Right. They set you up. And then, so that's